Saint Anthony Abbot, the Patriarch of Monks. This reflection is prepared by Father Abe Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Early life. Saint Anthony Abbot, also known as Saint Anthony the Great, was born in 51 AD in Coma, a small village in Middle Egypt. He hailed from a wealthy Christian family who instilled in him a deep love for God and the teachings of Christ. After the death of his parents when he was about 18 years old, Anthony assumed responsibility for his younger sister and the family estate. The call to holiness. While attending church one day, Anthony was moved by the gospel words, "If you want to be perfect, go, sell what you have, and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven." Matthew 19:21. Taking this command to heart, he distributed his wealth to the poor, entrusted his sister to a community of Christian virgins, and set off to live a life of prayer and asceticism in the desert. Life as a hermit. Anthony withdrew to the outskirts of his village, where he lived in solitude, dedicating himself to prayer, fasting, and manual labor. He sought spiritual wisdom by observing and learning from other ascetics. Over time, he moved deeper into the desert, away from distractions, and embraced complete solitude. During his time in the desert, Anthony experienced severe spiritual battles. The devil tormented him with temptations and fears, often appearing in terrifying forms. Through unwavering faith, prayer, and perseverance, Anthony overcame these trials and emerged spiritually stronger. Founder of religious life. Anthony's life of holiness and discipline inspired others. Although he initially sought solitude, many followers gathered around him, drawn by his example. Reluctantly, he began to guide them, emphasizing a life of prayer, humility, and self-denial. He established a loose community of hermits who lived independently but shared a common spiritual purpose. Anthony's teachings and way of life laid the foundation for Christian monasticism, earning him the title Patriarch of Monks. His emphasis on solitude, simplicity, and prayer deeply influenced the development of religious life in the Church. Encounters with the wider world. Although Anthony rarely left his desert retreat, he engaged with the wider world when necessary. During the Arian controversy, he traveled to Alexandria to defend the divinity of Christ against heretical teachings. His steadfast orthodoxy and deep wisdom earned him the respect of bishops and theologians, including Saint Athanasius, who would later write Anthony's biography. Final years and legacy. Anthony spent over 85 years in the desert, living a life of extreme simplicity and prayer. Despite his advanced age, he retained remarkable vitality and continued to guide and inspire his followers. He died peacefully in 356 AD at the age of 105 in solitude, as he had desired. Before his death, Anthony instructed his disciples to bury him in a secret place to avoid veneration of his body. His life and teachings, however, became a powerful legacy, influencing countless generations of monks and ascetics. Writings and influence. Although Anthony himself wrote little, his sayings and stories about his life were preserved by his disciples and Saint Athanasius in the famous work, The Life of Saint Anthony. This biography became a cornerstone of Christian spirituality and inspired the growth of monasticism in both the Eastern and Western Church. Lessons from Saint Anthony's life. 1. Detachment from material goods. Anthony demonstrated the freedom that comes from renouncing worldly possessions to follow Christ wholeheartedly. 2. Perseverance in trials. His victories over spiritual and physical challenges remind us of the power of faith and prayer. 3. Leadership through example. Anthony led others not through coercion, but by the authenticity of his life and unwavering commitment to God. 4. Solitude and community. While cherishing solitude, he also recognized the importance of guiding and supporting others in their spiritual journeys. Patronage and feast day. Saint Anthony is venerated as the patron saint of monks, hermits, and those battling temptation. His feast day is celebrated on January 17th. Saint Anthony Abbot remains a towering figure in Christian history, embodying the virtues of humility, faith, and self-discipline. As the father of monasticism, his life continues to inspire those seeking to deepen their relationship with God through prayer, sacrifice, and service. May his example encourage us to pursue holiness in our own lives.